this is Mr. Miller, and welcome to Lesson 6.2 on dividing a fraction by a whole number. Alright, so enough silliness, let's get down to business. So in number 1, we'd like to complete the diagrams to determine each quotient. First one is 1/4 divided by 2. So this diagram represents 1/4 because the whole is divided into 4 parts and only 1 is shaded in out of the 4. Now if we want to divide by 2 or cut it in half, then each half will have this much shaded in. Its value is 1/8 because we're dividing the whole into 8 parts now, and only one of the 8 is shaded in. Now effectively this division can be done in this way. 1/4 times 2. That's because we still have 1 shaded in, but there's twice as many parts in the whole. And that's how you can get 1/8 as an answer alternatively. So now in the next one, we are doing 1/5 divided by 2. So this diagram is representing 1/5. We've got 5 parts that the whole is divided up by, or divided up into, and only one of those parts is shaded in out of the 5. Now if we want to divide it by 2, split it in half. Each half will have this much shaded in, and its value is 1/10 because now there are 10 parts that the whole is divided into, and only one of those 10 is shaded in. Now effectively that's like taking the division question and calculating it this way, 1/5 times 2. We still have 1 part shaded in, but twice as many parts in the whole. And that's how we get 1/10. If you get the idea of these first two, try to do parts C and D on your own. Pause the video now and do that. Alright, hopefully you've had a chance to do that on your own and you're just checking your answers now. So 2/3 divided by 3 works out to 2/9. And 3/4 divided by 3 works out to 3/12, right? Well, there's a little bit more that we can do with this, because this particular fraction, 3/12, can still be reduced to lowest terms. In lowest terms it would be 1/4 because we can divide the top and the bottom by 3, and that brings it to lowest terms. Now there is another way. If you recognize that in this particular case you can divide these 3 parts by 3 and just get 1 part. In other words, if you have this special case scenario where the numerator can be divided by your divisor, you can use this alternative method that I'm going to show you now. So take your division question and divide the numerator by your divisor, and that will give you your quotient, your answer to the division question. Special case scenario. So now in number 2, I'd like you to fill in the blanks. Show how pattern blocks can be used to represent the following divisions in parts A and B. So the first one we've got, if 1/3 is divided into 2 equal parts, and how large is each part? So we're doing 1/3 divided by 2, and it's equal to, well, we'll see. First let's start with 1/2 being this yellow hexagon. And now if we want to show 1/3, then we can use this blue block. It's a blue, you might call it a diamond, some people would call it a rhombus. But it is 1/3 because it would take 3 of these to cover up the 1/2 yellow hexagon. Now dividing by 2 like this, on each half you could fit one of these green triangular blocks, and its value is 1/6 because it would take 6 of these to cover up the whole. Note that this answer agrees with the way that we had done it before, taking the division question and writing it as 1 over 3 times 2, which gives us 1/6. So now we have a bit of a tricky question because we'd like to take 1/6, which is the smallest kind of block that we have in pattern blocks, and we want to divide it into 2 equal parts. We'd like to know how large is each part. And we don't want to have to cut up the blocks. So instead what we can do is redefine 1. This time we're going to have a double hexagon representing 1. And so 1/6 will be the same blue rhombus as we had before. So this time the rhombus is representing 1/6 because it would take 6 of these to cover up the whole. Again, the whole is twice as big as it was before. That makes the value of this half of what it was before. Before it was 1/3, now it's 1/6. So anyways, we want to divide it in 2. So splitting this in half, that green triangle will fit into that space, and its value will be 1/12. And again, this agrees with the way that we had talked about before. Doing division of a fraction by a whole number, we can do 1 over 6 times 2, which will give us 1/12. So now, if you understand that method, I want you to try parts C and D on your own. Pause the video, do that on your own. When you're ready, play the video, and you can check your answers. Okay, so hopefully you're coming back just to check your answers now. The first one, we've got 1/3 that we'd like to divide by 3. So 1 over 3 times 3, which gives us 1/9. And the next one, we've got 3/4 divided by 3, which is equal to 3 over 4 times 3, which is equal to 4/12. Again, you've got to reduce that to lowest terms. Dividing the top and the bottom by 3, you get 1/4. Or you can use the alternative method. Since we have this special case scenario where the numerator can be divided by the divisor, what we can do is this. 3/4 divided by 3 equals 3 divided by 3 in the top over 4, and that's equal to 1/4. So now on to our problem solving questions. It says here that 1/4 of a cake is left. So that's why I've got 1/4 here. We've got Conrad, Angela, and Francine who want to share this portion equally. How much cake will they get each? Well, Conrad and Angela and Francine, that makes 3 people. So we're dividing it by 3. So it's 1 over 4 times 3, which gives us 1/12. And now we should write our answer in sentence form. So they will get 1/12 of the cake each. Alright, next it says that 5/6 of the grade 8 students in a school are taking band. These band students are divided into 4 equal groups. What fraction of the grade 8 students is in each of these groups? So 5/6 of the grade 8 students taking band, and this divided into 4 equal groups, so we're dividing by 4. So you can do this by doing 5 over 6 times 4, which is 5/24. Now our final answer we can write as a sentence. 5/24 of the grade 8 students is in each of these groups. That's the end of the lesson. Thanks for watching, folks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.